Hey everybody, Bill here, still here. Do not adjust your sets. Do you remember I was in a lot of pain, feeling a bit down? I thought, well, why not book yourself into a little place that costs £800 a day to be pampered? Oh yes. So here I am. Yeah, not what you were expecting, was it? Here I am, back in hospital, I'm afraid. And yes, it costs £800 a day, something like that, and that's without operations and things. That's just for you to be sort of waited on hand and foot by the nurses. Ridiculous amount of money, isn't it? Good old NHS. So, anyway, what happened was, what's the story? Well, today is Saturday the 19th, and excuse me walking up and down, but I've come out for a bit of fresh air to do this vlog update, and I'm just going to pace up and down, and you'll probably get dizzy, but it feels good when I do that. It's good for my pain. So yeah, came in on, well yeah, what happened was on Wednesday, which was the 16th, I had an appointment with Laura and Nikki at the stoma clinic, and Helen drove me, bless her. We drove to the clinic in the afternoon, and yeah, I was in a little bit of pain, and I was feeling very tired, and we got stuck in traffic, gridlock traffic. I was going to be late for the appointment, and I hate being late for anything, and I burst into tears. I was like a baby, blubbing, and I thought, this is ridiculous. I think it was a combination. Excuse me there, it's an aeroplane going ahead. We must be right in a flight path here. Anyway, so yes, blubbing like a baby I was. Combination of the drugs maybe, and tiredness. I thought, this is stupid. I need to get something sorted. So the next day, which was Thursday morning at 8 o'clock, I phoned the early discharge team and spoke to Emma, I think it was one of them. They said, right, get yourself down to A&E, and so I did. Brought a bag. Helen dropped me off. I bought a kit, bag ready, because I thought I was going to be an inpatient, and sure enough I was. Ended up on the ambulatory ward because of the pain I was in, and yeah, saw a surgeon. Luckily he was there, Mr. Danko Kostanov, once again. You remember him with the very normal sized hands. So yeah, he came to see me, and he said, okay, what we're going to do is, we've seen on the scan you've got this collection, which is where the join was in the bowel, remember, and there is a slight leak which is causing infection. Now, he said, what we're going to do is we're going to get a needle to go into the site of that collection to drain it out. At the same time, we can give you intravenous antibiotics rather than the tablet form you've been having at home, which will be much more effective. That was the plan. So I was in all day in the ambulatory ward, and under Rebecca, the sister there, and the rest of the staff. Thank you for looking after me. Until a bed was available in the evening at 11:30. By the way, I must apologise to the nurses. Every time I had my phone, I was watching Netflix. I always watch something that Helen doesn't want to watch at home. And I was watching something a bit rubbish called The Witcher. I wouldn't recommend it. A bit sort of fantasy sort of stuff. And anyway, every time a nurse walked by, there was a rude bit on my phone. They must think I'm some sort of pervert. It just happened to be at that moment that they walked by. And I was desperately trying to fast forward those bits, but I apologise if there was anything that caused embarrassment. Anyway, so there I was, through to 11:30 at night, got admitted to the ward, and in I went, and here I still am. I've probably lost quite a bit of weight already. I don't know what I look like on the screen, but I'm still in pain. I'm still getting these waves of pain. It's like someone shoving a knife up your backside and twisting it about, a real spasm of pain, and it comes and goes quite frequently. When I'm not in pain, it's okay, but when the pain comes, it'll last sort of an hour or two, and I can't sit down, I can't lie down without discomfort. It's very difficult to get that comfort, and that's why I spend a lot of time walking up and down. Incidentally, the north wing corridor outside the surgical wards is 165 paces long. I know that because I've walked up and down it so many times. And in fact, rumour has it, there's a legend that there is an old man, a wizened old man with surgical stockings and a dressing gown and not much hair, whose ghost still haunts that corridor as he's pacing up and down every night. Ooh, so look out for him. Bumped into Connie. That was nice to see Connie in the corridor. She was surprised to see me, and Connie said, right, we're going to get you some 40 sips. I said I wasn't eating much, so she got me some of those, and I'm having those to try and boost the calorie content. Helen, bless her, she's coming down later today to see me and visit, and she's also going to bring a bag of all the sort of rubbishy food that I have to eat now, the low fibre stuff. So I'm going to have things like croissants and brioche rolls, marshmallows and jelly babies. Love jelly babies. They're all really good for the stoma outputs, you see, and because I got that down to a fine art when I was at home, everything was really good. But of course, since I've been in hospital and not having much to eat, you know, there's only so much cheese omelettes you can have, or maybe a macaroni cheese. I'm probably losing a bit of weight, and that output has become much more liquidy as well, so hopefully we can get that thickened up soon. Yes, the latest actually was when Danko came to see me. He discussed my case with the team. They decided that the collection was actually small, too small really, to warrant an invasive needle drain. So they decided they're just going to fight this with the use of the intravenous antibiotics and hope that clears it up. And I'll tell you what, if a small collection is as painful as the one I've got, then heaven help you if you've got a large collection, because it really does hurt, believe me. Yeah, I missed yesterday Storm Eunice across the UK. Still very windy out here now actually, but you know, in a way I'm glad I missed it, because I'd have been a nervous wreck at home. I hate the wind. I'm always scared about the roof tiles coming off, that sort of thing. So poor old Helen was on her own at home while I was in the hospital and not having to suffer that dreadful wind. Well, not the wind outside anyway. And yeah, well, I am a little bit worried about the caravan in our back garden. I don't know where it's come from. We didn't have one before, but yeah, this wind's been blowing everything about. Did you see the O2? The O2 Millennium Dome, the roof coming off. Mad. What else have I got to say? Well, no, that is about it really. So I'm looking forward to seeing Helen later on today with the food supplies. And yeah, it does look like I'm definitely in over the weekend. I'm probably going to be, if I come home Monday, I'll be pleased, but really I just think they're going to keep me in until they can get this pain under control. So, what can I say? It's a bit of a setback, isn't it? And I've only got 1 week then before I go and see the oncology doctor on the 1st of March to start getting the chemotherapy rounds in place again. So lots going on. I'll keep you updated. You look after yourself. I better get back inside. I'm getting a bit chilly now. Take care everybody. Bye.